It just seems like Shakepay is too good of a deal for the consumer. So I was wondering if you could expand a bit more on how Shakepay can afford to be able to pay those out. And if you could talk a bit more about your business practice, is it sustainable?
And I'm pretty sure I'll say this like often throughout this, but it's a philosophy, right? It's just a mindset or an ethos that the company has, which is companies invest in marketing in many different ways. And our approach to marketing is very simply like, if we're going to spend to get exposure, why not spend it directly with the people that use us? And then you have brand sort of evangelists that believe in what you're doing. And it's not just like some money in their pocket, but it comes with a whole suite of services and tools and ease of use and a culture that they can get behind as they go down their own journey through the rabbit hole, so to speak. And so we're kind of becoming partners with our customers in that sense, where we're going down this journey together. And this is like a big mission, right? What we're working towards, getting Bitcoin in the hands of every Canadian, crossing that chasm of like financial literacy, helping people understand what Bitcoin is and the problems that it solves. And so building this sort of like layer of missionaries or ambassadors, you have to invest into that. And that's the approach we take to marketing. So, I mean, how sustainable is it? I mean, tell me a company that doesn't invest in marketing and I'll tell you how sustainable their business is going to be long term, right? So it's just a different framework around where to put those dollars versus sustainability or not.
That totally makes sense. I'm just trying to put the finger on the pulse to try to get an idea also of how this is going to evolve long term in terms of all of the referral rewards and the ShakingSats. Is that influenced in any way by the price of Bitcoin, by the state of the market, the amount of volume transaction, that kind of thing?
I mean, so there's a couple of questions there. So as far as like the rewards level in Sats, we definitely, and we've adjusted ShakingSats amounts over time. And anyone can read through our blog and community announcements that it's based on what the price of Bitcoin is and how big our user base is in using it, and to keep it relative over time, right? Like when you have 10,000 users and the price of Bitcoin is $5,000 versus a million users and the price of Bitcoin is $25,000, it creates a different incentive so that everyone can share that piece of the marketing budget, which also goes up over time. So there's this like graph of three influencing factors: our marketing budget increase, and all the rest of that stuff is a bit less out of our control. It's kind of this moving target. We try and keep, not have it change too regularly. So it's not like an algorithm that decides this. It's more of a general framework that we use to inform ourselves as far as where the market is and how big Shakepay is. Are we still offering the same amount of value to the customers who are using us, just as long as it makes sense for everyone? And so that's how we kind of go about this. So definitely, and historically, anyone can check. 5 years ago, ShakingSats was way higher than it is now. And whether we change what it takes to max out on your streak, which we did recently, or the actual amount of Sats given per day and what that maximum is. Yeah, all those things are always on the table and stuff that our budget and marketing we're always reviewing.
Just speculating, is there any possibility that one day the ShakingSats system could be entirely removed?
Is there any possibility that we'll stop investing in our customers? We would have to have like a 180 on our ethos as a company and what we believe our value in the market is for our users, and how we connect and communicate with our users is it's not currently part of any strategy that we have. We're so early, not just Shakepay, but Bitcoin, and there's so much work to be done to get to where we want to be, that this isn't a short-term carrot. Like I just said, there's like behavioral change and education that has to happen over a long period of time. And so, quite frankly, I don't think we'll ever stop investing in our customers. One thing I'm confident to say is that we're going to continue to do these bottom-up, community-driven initiatives as part of the way that we build our presence in Canada as like a forward-thinking fintech, Bitcoin-focused company.
We spoke a lot about how Shakepay incentivizes their clients to stay on the platform and to invite more people and to drive traffic. I was wondering if you could speak a bit more about what's the company's business model. So we talked a lot about how you guys are spending, but I was wondering if we could also talk a bit about how you guys are making money. I'm just trying to get a bit more of an idea of how sustainable this is.
Yeah, I mean, the core, our flagship product is the exchange. We make it very simple for people to get money in and money out. So whenever there's a trade, there's a small margin there, like a fee on the trade. And that's essentially the core business model at the time. There's, different products and features on the roadmap that are going to add to, monetization. I can't speak too much about what those are right now because a lot of things are still on the roadmap, but of course, like there's future possibilities of working with merchants and in our card program, how on volume there's opportunity for revenue there. So yeah, there's more ways for money to come in, but at the core, it's based off of the exchange.
Okay. And your exchange revenue is mainly impacted by transaction volume. Is that correct?
Yes. So correct. Transaction volume.
Transaction volume. And have you seen any significant changes in consumers' behavior in the past year? I know the markets have been pretty tough and interest has definitely declined in certain areas.
Yeah. I mean, you said it, like trading and buying Bitcoin is two different things. We very much promote this sort of low time preference thinking, stacking sats, get it while it's cheap. If you really love Ferraris and they're, $200,000, and someone I know gave this analogy not long ago, and tomorrow you wake up and it's $20,000, and you're gonna be like, shit, I gotta find myself a way to get a Ferrari, right? Well, it's the same thing, when you believe in what Bitcoin is and how good it is for the future of our economies. When it goes to a discount, you want to get as much as you can. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's as well as I can answer that question.
Okay, so I have another question, and I'm not like there's no pressure to answer this if you can't. I just wanted to get an idea with the exchange revenue as well as all of the money that you're putting out. Is the trade-off currently profitable in Shakepay's direction?
The company is growing and is financially very healthy. Yeah, I think the investments are paying off because we're seeing an uptick in people who come on their phone to not just like get free Bitcoin, but to use their card or to send some money to cold storage or buy some Bitcoin. So like these metrics are moving in the right direction. And so for us, those are sort of the primary metrics that we look at in terms of saying like, is what we're doing, considering the bear market, paying off? And are we doing right by our customers with the decisions that we make in terms of rewards and bringing in this sort of educational framework, all the different initiatives that we do to, like you said, to reach out and connect and reward our customers for their loyalty and for sharing and being brand ambassadors for us. All those things are paying off, and so we don't just look at basic revenue, although it is very important, but financially we're healthy and growth is in the right direction.
Okay.